Welcome. Greetings to you all, brothers and sisters. This is an interesting time that we have today, where we are going to continue our introduction of our subtle spirituality. We have said that our subtle spirituality in one of our videos is a very fine form of energy, that transcends and that goes beyond simplicity. In other words, you need a kind of philosophy or a kind of thinking or a kind of knowing or a kind of awareness to penetrate and go deeper into it. First and foremost, we have said religion is not bad. Belief is not bad. There is really nothing that you can say is bad when you think of religion. But it is the effects or the results of religion or of any spirituality that we can classify as bad. Our subtle spirituality, we have clearly demonstrated that it was created and it has come into being after being generated by what we all accept and agree as book-based religions or book-based text reading belief systems. And now, in other words, a person has no naturality in connection with that religion other than the connection of having read and studied and learned that belief system in a text, in a book, or under a guru, or under a trainer, or under a pastor, or an imam, or a rabbi, or anything else. Honestly speaking, the inner kind of belief system that one is endowed with on birth is one that should be allowed to flower and to give grace and peace on earth. We have said that you can go on Amazon and purchase this book either on Kindle or as an electronic book or as a hard copy like this one that I am showing, because in it there is a journey that is explained of someone who was born in a family that was divided between a traditional belief system of ancestor worship and another parent who was firmly entrenched in a belief system that was based on the New Testament. And the battle between these mentalities carried on until this person in this journey had to make a classic decision, a very mental kind of decision, to either support or deny one of the forebearers, one of the parents. And it is a religion, belief system, or spirituality that we know today as Pentecostalism versus the African traditional belief system that comes into the fore. But really, honestly speaking, when you sit down and you say, okay, let me analyze the Pentecostalism that is peddled under the guise of spiritual revival today in all its forms, you would find that as you grab the text that is supposed to support it, you will find that there are very many disparities. And our subtle spirituality comes every time when we try to reconcile the belief system that a Christian is practicing today vis-a-vis the book that is carrying. In other words, the license that gives him the authority to live on the earth as a Christian denies almost 90% of what he stands for and what he practices for. The first fundamental point to start off from in tracing this subtle spirituality is to accept that the either Christianity with its New Testament version of belief is its roots are sucking knowledge in brackets from the Old Testament, the book we all accept as the fundamental bedrock for Christianity, or it is completely devoid and delinked from the Old Testament. But these two positions are not tenable. These two positions cannot be married together. Either one stands and another one falls. And what we find that is the subtle spirituality of Christianity comes in a sense where they stand almost one leg in and one leg out. In other words, they are in a gray area and they enjoy that gray area because the gray area consummates duality, consummates a binary kind of thinking, a binary kind of mental setup, and already we are in the brain because the brain is composed of the left and the right brain, where these, if they are not reconciled and one does not dominate the other, a person is in what is called a comfort zone. And comfort zones are not true, comfort zones are not honest, comfort zones are not very fair. So at the end of the day, our subtle spirituality explains and extrapolates these positions that you cannot either have a Christian mentality that is based solely on the New Testament, and then your actions are completely opposite what the Old Testament is saying. And you cannot only deny the Old Testament if you are a Christian, because the person that drives that belief system, Jesus Christ, who was not a Christian, by the way, if ever he lived, it was of the Judaic practice. In other words, he kept the Sabbath, he was circumcised, he didn't go to church, he visited the temple, he honored his parents, although in certain occasions we are told that he didn't really honor them. And he, on being questioned by a very clever scribe, said that the Torah or the law is what forms the basis and the foundation of his beliefs. He was asked which was the greatest commandment, and he repeated the commandment that you shall honor, you shall love the Lord thy Creator. In other words, you shall love the Creator, because there is also a very big distinction between the entity we call God, which is found in the New Testament, which is found in the Bible, and the entity that created, because you find there is the word Lord with the capital with capitals L-O-R-D, and the Lord capital L with small letters O-R-D, and this has been mixed up, and this has come up in Christianity as completely again an area of the dichotomy of the left and the right brain, the logic and the artistic mind. And that's why you find that in Christianity the gray area exists. And this is the basis of our civilization in this Western world, where we celebrate Christmas, but Christmas is not in the New Testament, where we celebrate New Year, but New Year is not in the New Testament, where we celebrate Easter, but Easter is not in the New Testament, where we celebrate birthdays, yet the actual day that we must celebrate is the death day, the day of death, because that's what is important when you die, because you are a soul, you are a spirit, you have finished your work on the earth, and now you are passing on to another dimension. So visit Amazon.com, and together let us explore our subtle spirituality, and let us not really waste time in dialectics. Let us look at life. What has Christianity given the world? What has it done to you? How has it affected you? Because if you are an atheist or a Darwinistic evolutionist believing in evolution, because of that you are measuring yourself from Christianity to wherever you believe. If you are a Jew, you are likely to be defending your position into the past. If you are a Muslim, you are also basing it on the book that you call the book. So you cannot dismiss our subtle spirituality. It is something that you have to battle on. It is something you have to grasp and come to understand. And once we understand what is our subtle spirituality, we now move into the areas that are very cardinal. These are the areas of longevity, and the areas of health, the areas of prayer, the areas of mind, the areas of prosperity, the areas of politics, the areas of economics, the areas of technology, the areas of how society is being panel beaten and redirected to a certain position so that it can be controlled. We want to understand our subtle spirituality. And tonight, and today, and tomorrow, we invite you to look for answers. And one of the best places is this book, Our Subtle Spirituality, which you can find on Amazon.com. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for taking your time to listen to this YouTube. Bye.